What is up, guys? This is Yix here at Miami Crypto, and welcome to another video. So this is a first for me, a first coin review. I've not done this before, but there's a first for everything, so let's get into it. So the project that I'll be covering today is TEZOS, ticker symbol XTZ, and the objective is to gain an understanding about the project and if it's worth investing in. So let's get straight into it. So the reason why I picked this project, I'll be quite honest with you, because it's been absolutely smashing the gains. If you had held TEZOS from November 2019, you would have been up 354%. Even if you held it as late as last month, January, the beginning of January, you would have been up 179%. It's been absolutely smashing it. It's been beating all the big boys, Bitcoin, Ethereum, forget XRP, that even though I'm holding it, that's one of those coins that just doesn't do much regardless of the good news. So TEZOS has been smashing it throughout all the bloodbaths. TEZOS just keeps going up and up and up. So I wanted to see, like, what's the fuss about? Let's see what this project is saying. So first and foremost, I want to do this review in a very simple manner so that even a newbie could understand what this project is about. I don't want to overcomplicate things by getting too technical, so I apologize if I do, but I'm going to 100% try to remain simplistic. So what is its use case? What problem is it solving? Because if it's not solving a problem, then it's just nice tech and we don't need that. So it's tokenizing real world assets, in particular securities, in the form of security token offerings, also known as STOs. Now the questions that you're probably asking is, what is tokenization, what is security, and what is an STO? Now tokenization is turning real world assets like property, precious metals, and pretty much anything that can be owned into a digital counterpart. When something is tokenized and a digital counterpart exists, or digital token, it can essentially be exchanged as easy as a Word document. Think of tokenizing like casino chips. When you go to a casino, you would give them cash, and in return they would give you your casino chips, which is a token. So this is essentially tokenization. The difference being that tokenization creates a digital token. There's no physical token whatsoever. It's just completely digital. And what is a security? A security is legally tradable financial asset. Now think property, shares, bonds, and much more. So an STO is providing securities in the form of tokens. So some of the benefits of doing this, of STOs, includes it's very liquid, easily transferable. So as I said, you can trade it as easy as a Word document. Now you can also own very small amounts. Now for example, if you look at a commercial building, it's normally one owner that owns it, but if you tokenize a commercial building like a multi-million-pound hotel or whatever, you could essentially break it down to like owning $1,000 of that building or $500. So you can own smaller fragments. It doesn't have to be the whole multi-million-dollar amount. So this is very important. Also, because of this, there's going to be more buyers available. Now again, going back to the example of the commercial building, normally someone that can afford something like that, there's not a lot of people available to market that to. But if you make it small and fragmented so you can own small pieces of it, there's a lot more people that have $1,000, $2,000 available. So the market size increases much more. And because of this, the ability to raise cash quickly it also increases. And this is from the issuer side. So let's say you own the commercial building and you want to raise cash quickly. Because there's going to be so many more buyers available, you can raise cash very quickly. And because it's all digital, the process is a lot smoother and quick, as opposed to like all the paperwork and documents and months and months of procedures. This way it will be much quicker. So let's go into a little bit about Tezos. So it's founded by Arthur and Kathleen Brightman, and they've been developing this project since 2014. It was launched in September 2018, and they raised $232 million during the initial coin offering, and that was raised in just 2 weeks. That's absolutely crazy. This was during the peak of the ICO market, when people were raising cash, millions for fun. But they did run into issues after this ICO because of management. And what happened basically was the issue arose because the funds were kept by a separate company to the founders. So there was 2 companies, one called Dynamic Ledger Solution, which had the funds in its pocket, and the other was the Tezos Foundation, which were the founders essentially. So the president of the Dynamic Ledger Solutions decided to restrict the funds to the founders. They decided that for some reason he's not going to give it to them. And what happened was, obviously this resulted in a lot of issues because they needed the funds. But eventually they managed to get rid of this Johan Gever, the president of the Dynamic Ledger Solution, and paid him off $400,000 to basically get the hell out of it. So after that, they were able to kick on and focus on the work. So that's a little bit about Tezos, about the background behind it. So I'm going to get a little bit technical here, so I do apologize, but I'm going to try and say it as simply as possible. So the token is called TEZ, which is XTZ, and it's earned through baking. Now, baking is the act of validating transactions onto the blockchain. So whenever someone makes a transaction, it has to be validated, so it has to be confirmed by people that are basically baking these nodes. And so for validating these transactions, which is simultaneously securing the network, you get rewarded with XTZ. Now, to become a baker, you basically have to hold a certain amount of Tezos, and once you hold a certain amount, you have the ability to start validating transactions and start earning Tezos as a reward. However, if bakers are dishonest, for example, if they start validating transactions in a dishonest or incorrect way or manner, they will lose their stake, and they will also lose their position as bakers. Now, Tezos also has a functionality which is self-amendment, so it's very easily upgradable. This is something that a lot of other blockchains are not able to do because of the consensus mechanism, because of the technology underpinning it. It doesn't allow for upgrades to happen very easily. However, because Tezos is a lot more newer and a newer tech, it's been able to improve on this, and it's built in the functionality so that it can be upgraded very easily without any issues. Now, it also has smart contract functionality. Smart contract it's basically an executable program which you can make it do whatever you want. Let's say you want to buy a house using a smart contract. You could program the program to basically release the contract once the money is entered into an account. So Tezos has these functionalities on the blockchain, but it also has something called formal verification. This is a very important difference that Tezos has. So basically what this means is that you can test a smart contract properly before running it. So essentially a test run, so to speak, which is vital to prevent major errors occurring. Now imagine you're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars of money. So when you're creating smart contracts that is dealing with this kind of money, you don't want to make mistakes. So the ability to properly verify that it works is very, very important. And also it's an open source platform for assets and applications. So basically you can build applications on it, decentralized applications that can't be shut down by a central authority. However, to be honest, a lot of other projects have this. So that's a bit of technical information for you. But this is probably one of the most important parts of this project, and that is the deals and partnerships, because there's many crypto projects, fantastic ones with great tech, revolutionary tech, but the aspect that separates the wheat from the chaff is whether they have customers, deals, or partnerships. And Tezos has this and then some. So it's got two huge organizations which will be using the Tezos blockchain. First, we have the largest investment bank in Latin America, BTG, which will tokenize $1 billion in STOs on the Tezos blockchain. The BTG company investment bank has $35.4 billion in assets, total assets. So that's a lot of, it's a big deal to have this company running on Tezos. Second, we have the security firm Elevated Returns, which will tokenize $1 billion of real estate on the Tezos blockchain. So that's $2 billion worth of securities that will be tokenized on Tezos, which shows that obviously these companies believe in Tezos, that it's secure, that it's got the tech to support big projects, and that's why they decided to go with Tezos. And this is the most important difference that a lot of other projects that are trying to do the same thing. This is the biggest difference, because obviously they actually have real world customers, so they're actually solving a real world problem, which a lot of other projects are not doing. Last but not least, we have something called Tokenomics, also called Tokenomics, which is all the technical information regarding the supply of the coin. So the total supply of Tezos at the moment is 763,306,929. And the all-time high was recently reached at $3.92, and that was February this month. Tezos has been absolutely smashing it this year, claiming new all-time highs a few times since the start of the year, and it is one of the leading gainers in the market this year. It's currently in the top 10. It's ranked at number 10 at the moment. And this is an inflationary token or coin, and the inflation rate is 5.51%. Now, I said that the total supply is 763 million at the moment, and as you might guess, because it's an inflation rate, the number of tokens are increasing constantly. And the reason for this is because rewards are given out to bakers and people that actively are involved in the blockchain and are delegating the votes. They get rewarded a certain amount of TEZ for their work. So coin holders are incentivized to become involved in baking and keeping the network secure. Otherwise, if you don't get involved, your coins will dilute over time, because everyone else is receiving rewards for their involvement. So that will be all for today. I hope you've gained some value from this video and you understand a bit more about the project. So on that note, peace out and take care.